Welcome to the Visibility Show. We are so excited to be here with you today. If we haven't met yet, I'm Becky J. Anderson from BeckyJAnderson.com. And this lovely lady with me is, I always point to the wrong side.
Nivinskus with Sizzle Force Marketing.
And this is the Visibility Show. We are so excited to be with you today. Today we are talking all about how to get more conversions, and you are piling in the room. Hey, Bonnie is here. She's like, hey, can you guys hear us okay? We are trying out different headsets and trying to make sure that you can hear us okay. So today we are talking all about conversions. Last week we talked about how to get more traffic. This week we're talking about how to get more conversions. And conversions are so important, aren't they, Stephanie?
They're so important because, you know, as much as we love generating traffic, it's like, wow, if we get tons and tons of traffic, but then nobody actually does what we want them to do, then what's the point, right? So we absolutely have to be equally minded with traffic and conversion. The two go hand in hand. They're like peanut butter and jelly. They need each other.
They do. Traffic plus conversions equals sales.
Yep, exactly.
So they said, Steph has an echo. Becky's sound is stellar. I can hear Stephanie, but she has an echo. I've had her change 3 mics while we've been in the green room,
this
guys.
This is the third headset, Deep.
Okay, so next week we'll throw blankets on the floor. She does not have carpet in her room. That's the only thing we can think of it might be. I'm in a carpeted room.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We might have to deal with the echo. I apologize, but we'll get it fixed.
Yep, we will. So as long as you have the microphone close, you're probably good. And then if I'm not loud enough, let me know. So do you guys know what your conversion rate is? Stephanie and I were talking about this in the green room. Knowing your conversion rate is really important because the average conversion rate is 1 to 3%. So if you guys have looked at your conversion rate, raise your hands and say me if you're aware of it, if you watch it, if you've checked it out, because that's one of the things we're going to be talking about today.
Are they raising hands?
I don't see anybody raising their hand yet, you guys. We want to know that you're checking your conversions. So anyway, Steph, how should we start off the show? Do you want to go first?
Yeah. I got a pretty sweet conversion tip here, and I will start it out with, you have to have a very clear call to action, okay? This sounds so basic and so like, well, duh, right? But I cannot tell you how many companies I have worked with that really aren't asking for exactly what they want. So whether you're trying to sell a product or you're trying to move a service or you're trying to get people to sign up for your email list, you know, a conversion isn't always a sale on the spot. Sometimes a conversion is getting somebody to join your Facebook group. Sometimes a conversion is getting someone to join your list or to, you know, share with a friend. Those are all in the conversion family, right? So if you want people to take a very specific action, you need to tell them to take that action. They're not, you know, it's not that anybody is dumb, because they're not dumb. But we just, the way we're wired as human beings, we like to do as we're told. That's what we're taught from a very young age, right? So it doesn't matter if your target market is 10, 20, 30, 40, 70, 80. It doesn't matter. We're all taught to do as we're told, to tell people what you want. You want them to sign up for your list. Boom, sign up. Okay?
Yep, it is. And I run across that with clients a lot too. They're not clear. You're right. That is one of the most important things. Just be clear and ask. We want you to opt in, want you to buy, want you to do whatever. And a lot of people are afraid to ask for the sell, but you have to. You absolutely have to. So that is a really good one.
Another thing that you need to consider there is that when you're asking for the sale, you have to think about how you're asking for the sale, right? So you may find that if you create a button that says buy now, and then you create another button that says buy today, who knows which one will perform better for you. Marketing is all about testing.
Yeah.
And so as silly as it might sound, well, buy now, buy today, what's the difference? It's not silly. It's important. You have to test this verbiage because sometimes the weirdest things will convert better than anything else you've ever tried to do before. Same thing goes with colors, right? Mm-hmm. You want your button, you want to try a green button with white writing on it. You want to try an orange button. You want to try a red button, right? Yep. And some people, that whole thing about like, well, green means go and red means stop. Sometimes people make that association. I will tell you that. I hadn't
thought about that. The red. Yeah, that's great.
Right. Well, but here's the thing is that sometimes it defies logic, right? Yeah. Where a red button, I've had clients before say, well, I don't want to make it red. Red means stop. I'm like, no, red actually means look at me. It demands attention. Red is, it's the color of emergency. It's the color of, you know what?
You're so right. I wouldn't have thought of that. But now that you say that, I see a lot of gurus use yellow on their buy button.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And if you look at Amazon, the king of conversions, they have the color. I mean, we actually call it Amazon orange, right?
Yeah.
Amazon orange.
You're right. Yep. You're absolutely right. Hey, Bonnie, the live streaming queen has texted me and said, if you have Facebook open on your tab, it may be adding the echo.
I don't. I have nothing else open.
Nothing open? Okay. All right. Worth a shot.
Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to try and figure this out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so just keep us posted on how the sound is, and we'll work on it between now and next week. We're glad you're all here, and Annie, you made it. Yay. So lots of people here. That's good. That's good. So, Stephanie, that was a really good one. So I will go on to mine, and I'm going to go back to the know your numbers. That's going to be mine. You got to know your numbers because you can't manage what you don't measure. So I want you all to figure out what your conversion rate is. And I'm going to run you through some numbers to tell you exactly why it is so important to know it. So I want you to take the number of your customers. So pick a month, say February 1st to February 28th, or, March 1st to where you are today. Take the number of customers that have purchased from you and divide it by the number of website visitors that you have. Because it's important to do this because the average conversion rate is really only between 1% and 3%. So
I bet a lot of people didn't know that. 1% to 3% sounds pretty low, Becky.
So when people say, I'm not getting sales, I say, what kind of traffic are you getting? And what is your conversion rate? So the average conversion rate is between 1% and 3%. So I'm going to run you through a scenario. Okay. So if you had 750 people stop on your website each day and 1% buy, now the average order, I know on e-commerce, the average size order is $35. So let's just keep it for simplicity's sake. 1% of the 750 people buy and the average order size is $35. That would make you $262.50 a day. So that is $95,812 a year. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now let's say you do the things that you need to increase your conversion rate, and let's just raise it 1%. Okay. Let's raise that, and let's leave your traffic the same, 750 people, and let's leave the $35 average order the same. But now your sales are $525 a day. And your yearly sales are $191,625.
Okay, I'm so tempted. I am so tempted to scream, "Give me the money!" I'm so tempted. Carry on. Sorry. Carry on, please.
So your conversion rate is so important that you know those numbers. And so today we're going to talk all about ways you can raise that rate. So I just want you to be aware that 1% is it's so significant. And Bonnie says, and the number of visitors needs to be the same time frame, right? Yeah. So you want to take, for simplicity's sake, let's say January 1st to January 31st. What were your sales? Now go back to your Google Analytics and find out how much traffic you had. And then you do the math on that to figure out your conversion rate. And I can guarantee you, typically, it's 1 to 3%. Kay says 2.33% score. That is awesome.
Good, Kay.
That is incredible. Okay, so now try to get it up to 3 or 4. That is incredible. Know you're ahead of what the statistics are on e-commerce, Kay. That's great. So yeah, it's good. This is one of the numbers as I'm going through the KPIs. I talk about key performance indicators a lot. I like to know that your different numbers, your sales, all that type of stuff. Traffic and conversions are the numbers you want to be watching. So I'll just keep preaching over time. Know your numbers, know your numbers.
So one thing with the whole numbers thing about knowing the numbers, it's knowing the right numbers, right?
Yeah.
You're saying traffic and conversion are the things to keep our minds on. So then all these other things like, oh, how many Facebook likes do I have?
Doesn't matter if it doesn't convert to sales. You want to know your sales. You want to know your average order size. You want to know your traffic. You want to know your conversions. Those are the types of things that you want to know because they're things that you can do something about. You want revenue generating things that you keep track of that you can move because like we said, 1% is a lot. So, we talked about 1%, what it is, and just raising it 1%. What if you're like Kay and you're already getting 2.33 and you can raise it to 4 and you're still getting the same 750 people. And now you're getting over $1,000 a day and add that up, that adds up a lot over time.
That's big money. It's big money for not a big change in how we're doing things, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So who else is keeping track of their numbers? Kay, yay, hats off to Kay. And Bonnie's laughing at my flowers. They're on my brand color.
I love it. That's on my wish list. I want to go ahead and I want to change my office up and get it more on brand. That sounds fun. So should I go on with our next one?
Yes.
All right. So you want conversions? You better make that conversion process really, really simple. And what I mean by that is don't ask people to give you all of their personal information. If you're trying to get people to sign up for your email list, the only two things you really need at that point are their first name and their email address.
Yep, I agree. Yep.
Okay, so like all these other things are just really fast ways for you to stop the process and make somebody abandon whatever activity they were starting to engage in. Now, on the flip side, I think the one of the motherships of conversion when it comes to opt-ins is HubSpot. And I think probably a lot of you guys are familiar with HubSpot publications. Yeah. Now, what you will notice with HubSpot is the deeper you get into their funnel, the more information they will seek from you. So when I get stuff from HubSpot now, I have to tell them my role, I have to tell them my revenue, I have to tell them all of this.
I've noticed that with HubSpot. I've noticed that, yeah.
But they've earned the right to ask for that.
Yeah, because you've been in their funnel. You've been in their funnel so long.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem giving it to them at this point because I trust them. I trust that they're going to use it well for my benefit to lead me to the products or services that I need from them. Right? Yeah. Now, if you're working with traffic and you're asking for that level of information, prepare to have everybody walk, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so make sure that you're keeping that request short and sweet. Another thing for those of you guys that are actually doing an online purchase, you need to allow people the opportunity to check out as guests.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to fill out any of that. I mean, I can't tell you just personally, when I do all my Christmas shopping online.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I have for the last 2 years. And whenever I go to these other sites, I mean, Amazon's one thing, but when I go to these other sites to buy stuff, I always pick the guest option. I'm like, I don't want to get it. Yeah.
So if you guys don't have the guest option, make sure that you do. We have Chocolate Johnny in the house. Yay, from Australia. Isn't it the middle of the night there, Johnny?
Chocolate Johnny. Can you talk to me? What is Chocolate Johnny? I'm kind of in love.
Oh my gosh, he's awesome. He has a chocolate shop in Sydney, Australia, and he live streams a lot. But he is the perfect example of how to use live streaming to drive traffic to your shop. He has a storefront, and it's incredible what he's been able to do. Now he has people from all over the world that go seek out his store, that go to Australia, and they found him through online. So talk about a way to grab conversions. But he says it's 6 a.m. and he's up and at it. I bet he's super busy right now with Easter doing all those 26-pound eggs he delivers in the backseat of his car. And how do I know that?
Oh my God.
Live streaming. So he's awesome. He's great.
Okay, so just a side note here, Becky, I think since Chocolate Johnny is on our show, that means we need to probably take a business trip to Australia to see his chocolate shop to help him, and we write off that expense.
I like that idea. Chocolate Johnny, save our place. Yeah, so he's awesome. He's in the James Wedmore thing with me too. We're gonna have some fun. So yeah, that's great. Steph Bonnie says, tell Steph to try taking the headphones off. They have a mic. Then she'll have an echo going through the computer, I think. But you can try it and just try talking into the computer.
Yeah, I hear you guys.
I don't know. If you can't hear, I wouldn't do it.
Hold on, please. One moment.
Kay says, my son says, who's Chocolate Johnny? He's 5 years old and listening.
Okay, sorry. That wasn't happening. Sorry.
Okay.
I was trying to fix it. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, that's all right. We'll get it figured out. That's good. Okay, so are we moving on to the next one?
We are moving on, baby.
Okay, so the next one that I have for you is have very detailed product descriptions. It's amazing how many people just plop a picture of their product in the back of their shopping cart and just the description or the title. Go as detailed as you can. And I like to say success leaves clues. So find someone in your niche that's big and go look at their product descriptions. I'm not saying copy. I'm saying look at them and see how detailed, because I can guarantee you if they're big and they have a lot of sales, they probably have a description super big and detailed with any and every question they could have. The product is this big, this tall, this wide. It does this, it smells like this. And if it's a fragrance, then describe the notes, the different levels of the notes, different things like that. Be as detailed as you can in your product descriptions, because it makes a huge difference, because people want to be sure and they don't want to have the experience of having to return the products.
I love that one. And I love success leaves clues.
I say that all the time.
It's so true.
Yeah, it does. Success leaves clues. And it's like somebody knows what you have to know. You just have to ask and you just have to search it out. And so seriously, say we're in chocolate, okay? Go to a big chocolate company and look at their descriptions, and they're going to be very detailed. This is caramel with some cashews swirled into it. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a candle, this is vanilla with an undertone of musk and a hint of patchouli or whatever. It's going to have details. And a Yankee Candle is a perfect one. Okay. They were one of my competitors. So I watched everything they did. And I figured they have 25 people in marketing. I didn't. So they kind of knew what they were doing. So it's like success does leave clues, and you model what they're doing without copying them. You learn from what they're doing. And it's just a great way to figure out. Johnny says,
look what John says here.
He says, does that go the same for my products like my chocolate and sweets? Yes, I would describe in detail. And not only that, I would, if you can, put the calorie count and as much detail as you can. The things people want to know. Put, what nuts are in it, the whole bit. Describe what it tastes like. How are they going to feel after they eat it? I'm serious. Just
so happy. We're going to feel so happy.
You're going to be so excited. Yeah.
Your life is going to be so good if you eat this chocolate. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
We should all write off our consulting trips to Perfection Chocolates. I agree. We should just take a plane ride over there, all of us.
The Visibility Show live, broadcasting from Australia.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I'll tell you, whoever goes in Johnny's store, he live streams with you. So you get on his channel. He always live streams. He'll Snapchat. He'll do whatever with you in the store. So
how fun is that? So Johnny, can you put a comment in here so you can tell those of us who aren't already following you how we can find you? Because now I am dying to see your stuff. So please share.
He's chocolatejohnny.com. I know that. And his store is Perfection Chocolates in Sydney, Australia. His Snapchat and Instagram, all those handles, he's going to have to put up there. I think they're Chocolate Johnny. They're just all saved on my phone. So,
okay.
Yeah. Bonnie says, don't put the cholesterol.
When you said to add the calorie count, I'm like, do we have to? Yeah, let's not. Let's say there's no calories.
It's the very bottom and small, but there's probably a lot of people that would want to know that.
Yeah, except me. Don't tell me. Just let me have the chocolate.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm with you on that. What's your next one?
My next one is to bundle the shipping into the purchase price. You know what?
Free shipping.
Yep,
free shipping. Yep.
Isn't that why everybody and their brother has Prime with Amazon, right?
Yep.
I mean, I would never, ever buy the amount of stuff I buy from Amazon if every single time I had to pay a shipping charge. It would kill the deal.
Yeah.
Right? So another thing you can do is you can bundle the shipping costs, but also think of other things that you can do to make it a value add. So you can consider gift wrapping if it's a physical product. You can consider writing a handwritten note on behalf of the sender. So you know, like when you order flowers for someone, they say, what do you want the note to say? And if you go to a smaller shop, they'll handwrite it. Some of these big farms will type it, and it loses all of the specialness about it to me. But as a small company, and you know, you can hire somebody to write these notes for you for next to nothing. It adds this personal touch and makes it so much more valuable that, you know, people will definitely convert at a higher rate when they're getting more than they expect to get for the same price.
Yep, they will. They will. And you know what? If you can't add it into one, put two products together. Like, for example, Paul's product, he on his Amazon, he has two together because one with the shipping doesn't work. But if you put two together and build the shipping into it, it's a lot easier. So think about that too, to add the shipping, because it does. Amazon's ruined it for everybody on shipping costs. People expect that free shipping, and we're all guilty of it. We've become so dependent on Amazon and the free shipping.
Yeah, we also need to make sure that our shipping time is fast, because that's another thing that Amazon has ruined in the world. We have no ability to wait for things anymore. Remember the days when if you ordered something, it would take a week, maybe 2 weeks. Do you remember like looking through catalogs, like the big Sears catalog, right? And then ordering it, and it was like so exciting. Okay, well now it's like if it takes longer than 2 days, I'm like, chop chop, peeps, what's up, right? Yep. So make sure that you order or that you offer that expedited shipping, and sometimes without an extra charge. Just bundle it in there.
Yeah. So Johnny has the perfect question. My problem with shipping is that it's so expensive. I have heaps of shopping cart abandonment. What should I do? I had that same problem with candles. Okay. So one candle would be heavy enough that it was better to ship 2 or 3 because the freight doesn't go up that much more once you start adding a few things in. But one of the things that I used to do is find something that I could throw in to take the value up. So for example, I could get a wire candle holder. The cost to me was 59 cents. It had a perceived value of $15. So I could throw that in with the candle, and I could say candle holder, free freight. and then I could charge and build, take what it's going to cost to ship and the cost of the candle holder and a little bit more and add it in. Now you've increased your sell. And so you've raised that price without the perceived value being raised and covering your shipping. So is there anything you can add to your chocolate that would be a higher perceived add-on? I don't know. Think about, maybe people have ideas. What could you add in a box of chocolates or add with chocolate that would raise that value but be light in weight and cost would be low?
You could add a guilt-free eating card, like a get out of jail card, but instead it would be a guilt-free eating, right?
Or cards, yeah, something like that. Because I bet you most of his stuff is gifts. I bet you, yeah.
So, and when it's with the gifts, that's where the handwritten cards come in and the gift wrapping. Like having some, especially if you do really pretty gift wrapping and it's not just this cheesy kind of stuff. Yeah. That can have a very nice perceived value. Yeah. So, with the pretty bow on it and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Laura made a good comment here. She says things are changing. Amazon is no longer always the lowest price, but convenience and quick delivery still will tip the scales and get the customer. Also, customer habit. They're used to just shopping on Amazon. That is so true. And I just came back from that Amazon conference in Las Vegas. And Amazon has changed so much because any Tom, Dick, and Harry can list products on Amazon. And you're right, it's not always the cheapest. So a way for you guys to trump Amazon is to offer the stellar customer service. And like Stephanie said, be super quick on your shipping and build the price in so that you can offer it. Because a lot of times you can be faster than Amazon. Because I know with Paul, if his Amazon orders come in after a certain time, then Amazon doesn't count that. And then they still build their 2 days in. And a lot of times he can ship faster than Amazon from his own place. So yeah, that's very, very true. Oh, Athena had a good idea. Beautiful tea bags will pair well with chocolate. They would be light and cheap.
That's lovely. Wow. Yes, I love that idea.
Yeah, and Johnny, your products should be on Amazon. Absolutely, they should be. And Amazon is new in Australia right now, so you should jump on that before anybody else does.
What do we have here from Athena about wrestling with shipping? She was thinking of having a flat rate for individual products, but free shipping for bundles. Sounds like you're discouraging any visible shipping charge.
No. On a single product, you can get away with it. You really can. And I think people expect it. Wouldn't you say, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I on a single project, it's when you bundle it, you can really add that offer in. But you'll find people will spend more to pay less, if that makes sense. They'll buy.
Isn't that weird?
They will. They'll spend more to. You go into a store and you go, I've never spent so much to save so much.
Right. Well, I mean, I think about it like my kids go to a school where they have to wear uniforms. And so I always order their uniforms on Land's End. And every single school year, they suck me in, and I know exactly what they're doing. And I am a sucker, and I fall for it every year, where I, order, I think it's like, 5 pairs of pants and, 5 shirts and maybe like a couple dresses for my daughter or whatever, right? And it never fails. No matter what I order, it always ends up being like some random amount that if I just spent $5 more, I would get free shipping, right? Yes. But nothing is $5. Yeah. So then I end up spending $20 more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I got free shipping. Well, wait, hang on a minute. I'm just a sucker.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say. On a product-based business, you can say free shipping at a certain amount and make sure that your break-even point is built into that. So, yeah, you don't have to offer free shipping out of the gate. But I know with me, my break, I always said my average order size on online with a product was $35. So I'd offer free shipping on anything over $35. That way, you're guaranteed that you push them up to that higher price. And like you said,
which is so smart.
Yeah, it raises your thing. So I always offered free shipping on over $35 because I knew I could break even. I could build it in. And a lot of times, too, it's just getting the customer to buy, and then you tempt them with the other add-on things, too. by bundling.
So how do you, Becky, how do they know what their break-even point is? Do you have like a formula for that?
Well, they have to know that what their sales and their gross margin is on their product. So typically on a physical product business, if you're wholesaling, your cost, say your cost is $1. If you're going to wholesale, this would be the formula. If your cost is $1, you'd wholesale at $3 and you'd retail at $6. Now, if your perceived value is higher than $6, you can retail higher, and then wholesale is half of that. So if you can make more than a 3X, that's great. I'd like to see you make a 3X. If you have at least a 3X, you can typically build free freight in, because you have $1 for your cost of goods, $1 for your overhead, and $1 for your profit. So that's just making it simple. So the same thing, like if your cost was 10, your wholesale would be 30, your retail would be 60, and then you have more room. And the higher cost your product is, the more margin you have in there to play with. So yeah, it's just a numbers game. And some people aren't wholesaling, so they don't have that kind of margin. But for me, because I was wholesaling, my retail, so say I had a candle that my cost was $1, and it was much more than that. I'm just doing it for simplicity's sake. Say my cost was $1, my wholesale would be $3, the retail would be $6. If this was an online sell and I'm manufacturing it and I would retail it, then I've got a lot of space in there. I've got at least a 6X mark, so I could throw that free freight in. But I still put that minimum order size in because I wanted to push it higher and get the higher order. Because if you do put free freight at a break-even point or at a point like that, they typically will jump on it, just like you do on Let's It.
Every year.
You end up with more.
Right? But look at that. Bonnie has a point, but you know and like and trust Lamb's End. And
exactly. Exactly.
And look at Annie needs some help. So no frowny faces allowed, Annie. This is why Becky and I are here to help you.
Exactly.
So put a happy face on.
Yeah. Okay.
It's me, right?
Yep, it's you.
All right. You need to make the benefits of the conversion that you are requesting super duper crystal clear, right?
Yeah.
I was looking around yesterday and it was actually shocking. I was looking around for websites that are doing this well because I wanted to show you guys some examples. And I was even telling my operations director, I was like, this is so ridiculous that this is so hard to find companies that are doing this really well. But one company that is UPS, okay? Mm-hmm. So, and this was just yesterday, looking for an example here. If you go to the UPS website, assuming they haven't changed it today, they have a small picture of a business owner, right, at the top of their website. With the words that say, we hear you like savings, save 40% on shipping, and get support from a small business ambassador. Well, as a small business owner, that spoke to me, right? Yeah. Because it's, we hear you like savings. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to save?
Everybody wants savings, yeah.
Another thing is that 40% number, that's not a chintzy discount. That's a good discount.
That's a big one.
Right? Yeah. A lot of times I'll see people offer like 5% off. You're like, who cares? That doesn't mean anything to me. But 40% off, well, that feels good, right? Mm-hmm. And then getting support from a small business ambassador is what they called it, right? I mean, it's probably no different than what they would normally do. It's probably like completely no additional cost value add for them. But because they said it, they articulated it, and they gave it a cute name, all of a sudden I'm like, yes, I'm a business owner, and I have my own small business ambassador with UPS, right? It feels so much more valuable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. It does. Okay.
So then the call to action button that they use says save now. Well, yeah, I want to save now. And so I click on it, and I jump right into the conversion process. Mm-hmm. So they did a very, very good job on that. You guys might want to look at that UPS website and see that. Another company that is doing this super well is called Smart Blogger. Any of you guys that blog probably have heard of this company. Yeah. And on their website, they have a big headline that says, get a cheat sheet for writing posts that go viral. Well, how many of us want to write, we all want helpful tools.
Yeah.
But doesn't everyone secretly dream of having their post go viral?
Yeah.
Of course we do, right?
Yeah.
So that is something that, when you hear that benefit of the conversion right there, yeah, I want my post to go viral. Boom, why would I not click on that? So think about the way that you're wording those things.
Yeah, a few little words can make a big, huge difference. That's the other thing. Success leaves clues. Go look at the copy on what your competitors are doing on their opt-ins and on their shopping carts. It's a big deal. Somebody that's doing well. Yeah.
And look outside of your industry as well. Yeah. What I sell has nothing to do with UPS.
Right.
But I was looking for a big brand example, and that's why I was so shocked at how bad this stuff is out there. But but you look outside your brand for inspiration as well as in the competitive landscape for sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And if they're not in your niche, you can, don't steal it, but just, get ideas. You can improve upon it. Improve upon it, right?
Inspiration.
What's that big TEDx talk? Still like an artist or something?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the name of it, but I think it's called Still Like an Artist or something. It's a big TEDx talk. Yeah, I might be wrong on it, but yeah, it's like you get the ideas and you don't steal, but you just you improve upon it. So
well, the thing is, there's nothing that's new. There's really not. I mean, anybody that is writing things in a certain way, like I could say, I'll just speak for my industry, right?
Yeah. Right.
Copywriters.
Yeah.
Well, we all learn from the godfather of copywriting, David Ogilvy, right?
Yeah. Right.
He's not around. He's not writing copy anymore, but he's the one that inspires all of us. Right. We all have inspiration in our industry. My friend Rebecca, who I know, Rebecca is listening. I love what she says. She goes, "Oh, I'm going to this event," and I was like, "Oh, really? Why are you going there?" R&D. And to her, R&D means rip off and duplicate, right? And I'm like, that is awesome.
I'm writing that one.
Yep. Rip off and duplicate, baby. Yep.
Oh, that is so funny. That is so funny. That's cute. That's cute. But yeah, it is. It's interesting. But yeah, success does leave clues. That is for sure. And I will say that over and over again. So you just have to be watching. I know I spent, when my business was at its peak, I spent at least 50% of my time watching my competitors and charting what they did, right down to their newsletters. I had a big, huge whiteboard in the conference room, and I would literally Yankee Candle, Colonial Candle, all these different candle companies. And then I would mark down what day they sent their newsletter. I'd mark down how many times a week they did promotions, things like that. It's like success does leave clues, and, they're successful for a reason. So, yeah.
So can we just touch on that before you jump to your next one, Becky?
Sure.
I hear people frequently say, well, I don't want to get all into the competition. I don't want to focus on the competition. I just want to do what I'm doing and do it really, really well. I think that's a huge problem. I think that's a huge problem, right?
Have you read the book, The Blue Ocean Strategy?
No, that's been on my list for about 10 years.
I
haven't gotten to it yet.
It is a must read. And as I work with clients, it's like the Blue Ocean Strategy is like, be different enough that you can differentiate from your competitors. So it's a big red bloody ocean with the competitors, but if you have your own niche, or not necessarily niche, but your own spin. So like, for example, I sold candles, and my candles had little toppings on them. So like the birthday cake candle had the little birthday cake toppings, the blueberry muffin had, but there was a story to that. It wasn't just that there was toppings. I did that so my candles would stand out. And I did that because that's something my dad said to me a lot when I was a kid growing up. I'm really tall. Those that haven't seen me in person, I'm 5'8.5". And I was that tall in the 6th grade. Okay. So in the 6th grade, kids hit you right here, right? When you're that tall. I was the tallest kid. And I used to stand hunched over. I would cry. I didn't want to go to school. And my dad would always say, why do you want to blend in when you could stand out? He would tell me that all the time. So I always took that and applied it to business as well. And it's a lesson I never forgot. So my candles stood out. So then when I would be in a buyer meeting and the buyer would say, well, we have Yankee Candle. We don't need another candle. And I would say, but my candles are made to sit side by side with Yankee because they stand out. They're not made to compete, and it got me to sell every time. So that's the blue ocean strategy as an example. What can your product do that your competitors can't? And that's how you stand out. You figure out what that is. And then that comes into your specialty. That is telling your story, because your story is your whole brand, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Story is everything. Story is everything.
Yeah.
We'll have to do another live all around storytelling, and maybe I can share some tips with you guys on how to get your arms around your brand story and how to articulate some stuff. For now, you have another, talk about success leads clues. Becky's got another clue. So
I do. Okay, so that is offer multiple payment options. So when they go to checkout, if you're only PayPal, some people don't have it. If you're only credit cards, some people don't have them. Offer as many options as you can for checkout, because that will definitely lead to more conversions. I know with me it helps. How about you? Do you offer multiple checkout options?
I need to do more. You just taught me something that I need to look at. So I mean, I have some that I need to revisit that.
Yeah, and even if you sell a high ticket item, payment plans are great, especially if you're in the digital space. That will help a lot. But offer as many payment options as you can. You don't have to offer a payment plan, but I mean, if you can offer, say, credit cards or PayPal, different ways to pay, so that you don't lose people in that process, because I know a lot of people will lose orders in that process.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good one. I need to go back and look at my stuff. How many of you guys are going to go back and look at your stuff? Just put a little I am in the comments if you need to take another look at this. While we're talking about comments, Laura has an awesome idea. You can find Blue Ocean Strategy in most thrift stores. So you can get this book for like $1.
Yeah. It's a really good book, and it's a really good read, and I would suggest it for anybody with a brand, definitely. And speaking of books and a brand, we have not talked about your book today. And I want to challenge everyone, because Stephanie is so good at giving free content here. I think we should all go on Amazon and buy her book. I've got my Kindle charging up. I'm getting my hair colored this afternoon. I'm going to be sitting there with my Kindle reading her book, and I want you to all go buy it and leave a review for her on Amazon. She is a #1 bestseller, and we want her to get a lot of reviews. Okay, so Stephanie, tell them the name. Let's put it in the comments so they can all go find it.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for that unexpected plug. That was very sweet of you. Let me grab this real quick.
Hold it up and show it. The cover is so cute.
I just want to have a visual for you guys.
So you know what it looks like when you go find it.
Yeah, so the name of the book is Absolutely Unforgettable, The Entrepreneur's Guide to Creating a Heart-Centered Brand and Standing Out in a Noisy World. Now, you're not going to enter that whole title in Amazon because you'll never remember it. So you can just search Absolutely Unforgettable. It should pop up. You can also search my name. You might want to write down how to spell my last name, because it can be in the comments. A little scary. But this is the book. So it doesn't say proof on your copy. It only says proof on mine right up there.
Yeah.
So, but it's the one with the elephant, because elephants never forget, in case you're aware of that. So Absolutely Unforgettable. And I have so many good things to share with you guys. So I do hope you'll read it. It is available in print and Kindle. So you can get it either way. And I priced it to make it so it fits any budget, I think. And there's a lot of freebies in there. I included a lot of links to some of my some of the tools that my clients have raved about over the years. So go get it.
Yay! I know we have a good group here that will do that. So yeah.
Well, look at that. Athena got it. Thank you, Athena. Thank you.
Yay! We should have started off the show with that, but I'm like, yes, we need to remind you. Go buy the book and let's support Stephanie.
Thank you for that, Becky. Okay, I got another one. I've got offer a fast action bonus.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I love me a fast action bonus. Okay, because here's the thing. People sit on the fence. The higher the cost, the more fence sitting they do, right? So you want to incentivize people to make a decision now, to take action now, right? Not later. Now, there's a lot of ways that this is done in different industries. Like if you look at any airline, if you go to buy a ticket, typically it will say something like only 3 seats left. And you feel this sense of urgency. You're like,
Amazon
oh my God.
does that too. Amazon does that too. Yep.
I think that's actually started to happen for my book, right? And I didn't program it that way, but I think that is actually happening where it says there's only a certain number left, which is weird because it's actually not true. But I don't know if I should have said that, but if you want a copy of the book, you're going to get it. But one thing that you can do is you can also throw in a bonus, like a bonus item, a bonus service. Like Becky, you had talked about with the candle, throwing in the candle holder. Not only does that add the perceived value, but you could put a limitation on that candle holder. Like order in the next 20 minutes and we'll throw in this beautiful candle holder with the candle that you're buying. Or whatever it is. And
you're right.
In Johnny's case, in Johnny's case, the guilt-free chocolate card, right? I mean, I need a guilt-free chocolate card. I really do. So, Johnny, I hope you're going to do that. Other things that you can offer, you can partner up with some strategic partners that you have. So, for example, Becky and I, in the not too distant future, we're going to be bundling some stuff together and making it available. Right? We are not working in the same company, but we are strategic partners and we complement each other, right? So, it might be something like where if I am selling X and I know that Becky sells Y, but Y will really complement X, well, I might just call Becky up and say, hey, Becky, I'm going to be selling X and I would really like to include Y as a bundle. So can we work something out? Right? And it's win all the way around for everyone that's involved.
Exactly. Right? Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Another thing you can do if you don't have a physical product or even a digital product that you're selling, maybe you're selling consulting services. So maybe if they buy now, they get an extra hour of consulting support, right? Or maybe they get a tool that you develop that, some sort of spreadsheet or worksheet or, whatever it is, something that you normally would charge for and you throw it in. So you want to move those fast action bonuses, give people a reason to get off the fence. I always say sitting on the fence hurts your butt, right? And nobody wants their butts to hurt. We have to give them a reason to get off the fence so they don't get splinters in their butt and walk around saying ouch all day, right?
Yep, you're right. That is the call to action and the quick action. You're right. It's going to go away. The countdown timer, the whole bit. Put it all in. I know that it does help a lot.
Look at that. Look at Amanda put the link for my book. Thank you, Amanda. That was awesome.
That's nice.
Oh, look at that. She made a fancy link. tinyurl.com/absolutely unforgettable. See, this is why I love Amanda.
Yes.
She does everything. She thinks of everything.
That's great. That's awesome. That's a good one. And there's the tiny URL. That's great. Okay, so my next one. Use cart abandonment software. So if someone goes to your cart and they get distracted or something happens, I can't tell you how many times that's happened with me. Then your cart abandonment software can trigger emails to that person. Hey, tap you on the shoulder. This is still in the cart. Did you forget? We're holding it for you. And I'm telling you, this works. The conversion rate on cart abandonment will raise your conversion rate if you do it. And most...
You had said, Becky, when we were in the green room chatting about this, you had said it would bring back about half of those abandoned customers, right?
Yeah, typically it does. If you send out, like I don't want to be obnoxious to the point, but I will send out 3. So you send one immediately. Then if they don't recover, you wait a day or so. And then if they don't recover, then you wait 2 or 3 days and then you let it go. But 3 is the magic number. And typically you'll get some on each one of those. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. Most most of your shopping carts will have it in the App Store section, and it's worth putting on. Yeah. Kay uses hers, and I bet you get quite a bit of conversions from it. And maybe that's why your conversion rate is so high, because you're recovering those. Because remember, she's the one with the high conversion rate.
Kay, I would be really interested. I know you've been a loyal part of our visibility show family. And so next week when we broadcast, I would be so interested if you could come back, if you're willing to. I don't want to make you do anything you don't want to do, but if you're willing, I would be so interested in knowing what your recovery rate is. Out of the 2.33, I think it was, conversion rate that you have, because that's stellar.
Yeah.
It would be really super cool.
Yeah.
Look at what Bobby said. Yeah.
Grant Cardone uses it. Yep. She's right. And Grant Cardone sits in on her stream, so she would know.
Grant Cardone sits in on Bonnie's stream?
He's been in on multiple streams that she's done, multiple shows that she has done. He just pops in.
Whoa.
I know.
Bonnie, you're a rock star.
He's a bigwig. Yeah. So Kay says, I noticed when they came through Facebook or Instagram, it doesn't allow their email to be sent an email. Oh, okay. So you're using all sorts of different. That's smart, though. She's letting them shop through Facebook or Instagram in addition to the store. That's great. Annie says one of my suppliers does it and sent a coupon on the second reminder. It gets me every time. That's smart. A coupon. So it's like, hey, you have this in the cart. Don't forget. Here's another sweet little deal to add on. That's
because
smart.
Circling back to what we said earlier in this, who doesn't want to save, right?
Yeah. You know what would be cool on that? Say, for example, where I had something that was the high perceived value, but I got it for 59 cents, but it was worth $15. If you had a different level of like the cart recovery, so say if they have $100 in their cart or $50 in their cart, you could offer something different. But something like that, say they had a $50 cart they abandoned, I could say, hey, here's a $15 free candle holder you're going to get if you recover this cart. But yet it would only be 59 cents. So if you have something in your products or services that you could add as a fast action bonus to that cart recovery process.
I love it. And look at that. Kay has agreed to do it. So, woo!
Awesome.
I think that's what we've got for them this week. Is that right, Bonnie?
That is it. That is like a wrap, and right on time even. 7 minutes to the top of the hour. That's pretty good. That's a record for us.
Yeah, we're getting good.
Yeah, we are.
So.
Well, we sure appreciate all you guys hanging in there with us and sharing the show with your friends and continuing to come back week after week, because we will be here week after week, right?
We sure will. And next week, I don't know, for those of you guys that are parents with kids that are home, the next 2 weeks are probably going to be spring break-ish time for you. So who knows? We may have some spring specials.
Yeah. Well, that would be fun. Well, that's awesome. And as a reminder, before you all go, don't forget to click on the link for Stephanie's book.
Thank you, Becky. We love you guys. We will see you again next Thursday at 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern time, right here on the Visibility Show Facebook page.
Yes,
Talk to you guys soon.
That's a wrap. See ya.